Hey guys, this is Nitesh, and this is just one of those weeks. Like, I had my streams planned out, and just because of headaches and my sleep cycles still being not quite right, a lot of them got really messed up. So, I planned 3 streams. I got one of them done the time I was planning them. And it didn't even go well then, because I was planning on doing Archage, and then fuck that game. Like, seriously, I had to reboot my computer after trying to run it in order to get it to stop fucking everything up. I don't even know how that happens, but that's so done with that game. But with the Hearthstone expansion, I was gonna stream that Thursday night, and I had a headache, and I just needed to get some rest. So that didn't end up happening. I ended up streaming it the next day, though, so at least that's okay. At least that worked out. And, alright. This is something that I've had a problem with for a while now, with Town of Salem. People fucking leaving. You know, yesterday I was playing a bit of it, and it was just every game, half the people left. And I'm not even kidding, half the people. There was one game I was in the Mafia. I figured out later that I started as the framer because the entire Mafia left before the game had even started. Like, as soon as they saw their roles, they left. And, you know, the devs have said, look, we're working on it. You know, I did a tweet about it, and the devs replied with, yeah, we're working on it, but the fact is that as long as this is happening, and as long as there's no penalties at all for up and leaving a game for fuck all of a reason, that's not gonna get better. And I just, after playing it yesterday, I just found myself at a loss for ways to defend continuing to play the game. Which, you know, I'll do a video kind of explaining what exactly was going on with me stopping the game. I want to actually be able to demonstrate the effect that it has, and it's kind of hard to plan on that. So, you know, I'll be, at some point, I know I'm gonna end up in a game where whole groups of people leave for no reason. But seriously, I like the game, cannot continue playing it now. I can't continue putting time into a game where people leaving are just going to completely ruin it. So, I can't really keep playing it. The other thing that's kind of been a bit of an issue, the Transistor series hasn't ended, and I actually can't do the last episode. I can't actually salvage it. It got messed up on Twitch's servers, so it's like after a point, nothing there. And until there's some possible solution to that, if there even is one, I can't do that last episode, which is it's awful that I can't do it because it was such a good episode. That game has such an amazing ending, and I can't actually upload it. So, this kind of lead me on to another thing, and it's kind of something that's been bugging me for a bit. Basically, there's some games that I can only play as a stream. You know, Transistor, I only have that on PlayStation 4. Dragon Age Inquisition, if I actually was gonna do it, only have a copy of that for PlayStation 4, and I don't actually know how well my computer would be able to run it. But the thing is that everything with that last episode of Transistor kinda emphasizes that doing full Let's Plays as part of a stream, it's not always a good way of doing it. You know, I kind of wish that I, could have done some of this, like, recorded and stuff. I like being able to interact with people on stream. But the fact is that if I might end up losing episodes and there's just nothing I can do about it, if trying to do some Let's Plays as part of a stream means that there's some that I'm just not gonna do, that's not a good thing. And really, the more I thought about it, the more it's like there's some games that I just wasn't able to do as an actual pre-recorded thing, which there's Dark Dreams Don't Die, Murdered Soul Suspect, and I gotta think. Dark Dreams Don't Die, Murdered Soul Suspect, Transistor, and I'm thinking there was another one on the Xbox One, but I don't actually remember what it was. But the fact is that those games were games I could only do on console streaming. There's a whole ton of other games that I would want to do as a Let's Play, but they just work so much better as recording. I was tempted to stream this War of Mine. Then I realized, okay, there's enough dead air and enough repeating going on here. That's not to say that the game is repetitive, because hell, it's not. There's always just a different situation that you're dealing with at any given moment. But in terms of what I was doing, as far as the camera goes, that there wasn't always a huge difference. So doing that as a series where I can cut out some sections, it's working a lot better than it would have been if I just streamed it. And the fact is that if I can't count on being able to export the episodes from Twitch when I need to, then that means I can't really count on doing some of these as streamed series. Which, it is a shame, but if it's not actually going to work, then it's not going to work. The fact is that I now have to kind of question sometimes, okay, if I stream this, will I actually be able to get it on YouTube? And if it's not going to work, then I need to actually be able to have stuff recorded. So if I cancel my Let's Play streams, that means I'll be able to actually work on a second recorded stream. That means I'll be able to actually record some extra videos out of stuff. And that means that, there's going to be a bit of a distance between my streams and my YouTube channel, with, just the occasional stuff getting ported over. But, it means that I'll be able to actually, kind of put a bit more effort into the YouTube work, and I'll be able to just kind of be more laid back about the streams, because, I'm not going to be doing them for the sake of getting videos to see me through to the next week. I'll be able to just do them for the sake of doing them, and just because it's something I enjoy. So, there are going to be some games that I want to record, and there's going to be some games, like console games, Ori and the Blind Forest, for example, where I'd love to actually have some videos about that, but I can't actually record it. So, in a case like that, frankly, doing things with streams, as long as I'm not putting some real pressure on, okay, I have to get this many videos out of it, doing stuff like that could still work. It could still, there's still probably going to be problems. I don't think the stuff that happened with the last episode of Transistor, I don't think that's a one-time thing. But I'm not in a position where that has to, completely wreck an entire schedule. So, hope you guys understand. If you're one of the people who checks out the Let's Play streams that I was doing, you can check out the other streams too. Still be happy to have you there. So, really this week wasn't entirely bad, because, I do have a job interview set up for next Tuesday, which, that is a fucking year coming. Holy hell. After an entire year of constantly looking for work, finally have an interview. So, that is a good thing. And it's good to actually be progressing in that regard. And, I'm kind of, when I made the decision that, I'm not going to do the Let's Play streams, it's kind of like, I started thinking about things in terms of, okay, if I'm not going to do this, that means I actually have time to do all this other stuff. That means I can actually, put a bit better thought into, the editing that I've been doing. I'm actually in a position now where if I'm going to be editing 2 series, I'm actually in a position where I can grow more and think, okay, if I can't manage the time, then it's not going to work. So, I can develop with my time management abilities there. I can, I can start putting some real thought into, okay, how much editing does this really need? As opposed to just, okay, here's dead air, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. You know, frankly, when I look at the editing that I've been doing for this war of mine, I kind of think, you know, how much of this needed to be done like that? How much of this could I have left as it was? And I kind of think that adding in another series is going to help me as far as thinking in those terms. So, I'm looking forward to taking these changes as just a chance to make stuff even better. So, anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna have the stream announcement out tomorrow. Hopefully, I can, you know, keep the streams full with stuff to do. So, check back tomorrow. At some point today, I'm gonna be putting out the actual first week of the new Hearthstone expansion. It's split up by week, so I've got the first week all done and taken care of. Let's see how long it takes this second week to actually go through. In case something goes wrong there, while I was working on it, I was also recording it, so we'll be fine. I've covered my bases this time. So, keep enjoying the videos, and subscribe to help the channel and see more.